afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez, and this is Newsfeed. Billions in budget insertions and a closed-door process. Senators are raising red flags over how public funds were added to the 2025 budget, and some are calling for a full-blown investigation. Hanati has this report.
The alleged billions worth of insertions in the 2025 national budget should be investigated. That's according to some senators. In an on-point interview on Billionario News Channel, Senator Risa Ontiveros says she's willing to join the probe should it start in the Senate. She adds renewed calls to open BICAM should be intensified. It's the closed-door conference where final budget amendments are made.
I don't see in principle why there would be any difficulty about that. I've raised that call. Sinabi na rin niya ni Sen Ping. Narinig na rin natin kay Speaker. So,
maybe this year?
Maybe this year, we should really give it a go.
Fellow Senator Tito Soto calls the insertions scandalous and excessive. He wants them probed and warns that this may just be a tip of the iceberg. A document obtained by BNC reveals that Senate President Cheese Escudero allegedly inserted $142.7 billion into the final version of the 2025 budget during the bicameral conference committee.
Hindi dapat nangyayari yan. At hindi dapat nagkakaroon ng duda na nangyayari yun. Kasi pera yan, hindi lang nga ng gobyerno, pera ng mamamayan, literally, galing sa buwis ng mamamayan.
While committee deliberations for the budget are transparent, the BICAM process remains vulnerable to last-minute insertions. The DBM quickly clarified it had no role in the issue. The agency only drafts the NEP, while Congress holds the power to amend. Meanwhile, acting Davao City Mayor Baste Duterte slammed the DPWH for poorly implemented flood control projects, despite receiving billions in funding.
It's clearly, happening. Yung mga bahat na yan, the local government can only allocate what we have.
He said projects in Davao were delayed, including a waste-to-energy project and the DOTR's bus system, claiming national agencies were trying to block the local initiatives.
Hindi nila inaayos yung trabaho nila. And it will only get worse. And maybe because kalaban kami ng administrasyon, things to get worse.
A deeper dive into the document uncovers red flags. The infrastructure sector received the lion's share of the insertions, with whole number allocations, missing engineering plans, and projects split into multiple segments, possibly to evade audit. At least $250 billion in infrastructure insertions were earlier flagged in the 2025 budget, mostly under the DPWH. BNC is still seeking Escudero's statement. Hanati, Billionario News Channel.
Garbage remains a major problem that continues to clog Metro Manila's pumping systems. And as Andrea Salve reports, the MMDA is once again calling for discipline as officials scramble to keep the city flood-free amid relentless rains.
Metro Manila's garbage problem continues to hamper flood mitigation, even as pumping stations run at full capacity. MMDA Chairman Romando Artes urges residents to properly dispose of trash amid widespread flooding brought by non-stop monsoon rains intensified by passing typhoons.
Again, nananawagan po kami sa ating mga kababayan na sana po yung ating mga basura ay huwag natin itapon kung saan-saan. Hindi po kagad makakarating dito sa amin at hindi po namin maiilabas kaagad para humupa po yung baha.
Artes, along with other officials, inspected the Tripa de Galina pumping station in Pasay, the biggest among 70 in Metro Manila, serving Manila, Makati, Pasay, and parts of Taguig and Parañaque. The station filters flood water before pumping it into Manila Bay, often clogged by piles of trash. DPWH is currently rehabilitating the station to boost capacity.
Pag napalitan yung mga makina, mas malakas yung higop niya ng tubig, mas mabilis bumababa yung area na sineservicean nito.
3 more pumping stations are under construction. MMDA plans to propose another if needed. Andrea Salve, Billionaire News Channel.
The White House pushing back against reports U.S. President Donald Trump is among hundreds of names that appear in Justice Department documents on the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. It describes the report as nothing more than fake news concocted by Democrats and the liberal media. Earlier this month, the Justice Department concluded there was no basis to continue the Epstein probe. This triggered a backlash among Trump's political base, who demanded more information about wealthy and powerful people who had interacted with Epstein. Trump himself had promised to release the Epstein files while campaigning last year. Stay with the Billionaire News Channel for updates on the weather and the flood situation across the country. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Stay safe.